Howdy. Long-time subscribers will know that Beast Wars was the series I grew up with. I still have the toys, and I watched the show. So to have some of those characters see new life in the Generations line, including Waspinator here, well, it tugs the nostalgia strings a little. But nonetheless, I shall try to remain as professional and objective as I do in my other Oh, who am I kidding? It's so cool to have this figure! It's one of the best characters from one of the best Transformers series This figure's packed with issue 19 of Robots in Disguise, one of the preludes to Dark Cybertron, though for all intents and purposes, it's Waspinator's spotlight. What's kind of funny is that this poor sap actually turns into a female wasp, since males don't possess a stinger. And of course, it's an organic wasp, as opposed to something like the G1 Insecticons which turned into robotic insects. Which is why I find it's much easier to overlook this mode's flaws, as getting a fully functional robot out of any real-life insect is frankly a feat in itself. Well, it sure as hell ain't easy. The original Waspinator, released in '96 by the way, is still one of the better early Beast Wars toys in my opinion. But like most bugbots, they try to pass off the robot legs as a pair of insect legs. The new Waspinator fixes this by storing them underneath the thorax, and while this bulks him out quite a bit, he now has 6 proper legs that keep him somewhat stable. Fair trade, I'd say. There's also the compound eyes brought out with nice metallic blue paint, the antenna, the mandibles, and so forth. Also, my camera may not pick it up, but the wings have this sheen to them. They're also on ball joints, so you can pose them how you wish. And what's more, this figure has the same wing flapping feature as animated Waspinator. Don't really care for it, but it's not nearly as intrusive as gimmicks on other Beast Wars updates. Hint hint. My only real complaints with this mode are A. The hands could have collapsed or folded in somehow, and B. The robot head is slightly exposed since the wasp head is somewhat disjointed, even if that is kind of in character for him. To quote TJ Omega, the robot mode looks like it stepped right out of the cartoon. Obviously it's not a perfect likeness, but it's very, very close. Various details include this vertical chest piece which, I don't know, is it just me or does it look a bit like a lava? And of course the head, sculpted like it is on the show, and also based off the original figure's mutant head. For those who don't know, the early Beast Wars toys had a gimmick where you could switch between 2 heads, one robotic, the other organic. The former would work well for certain repaints of this guy. Hint hint. Strangely, the legs look as though they still form the 3rd pair of bug legs. Like the original Waspinator, the weapon is stored in his abdomen. Unlike the old version, it's just one solid piece, no missiles to be lost or anything. Being made up of ball joints, swivels, and hinges, this figure poses quite well. And while the insect legs can interfere at times, at others, you can adjust them accordingly. Caution: the bug legs attached to his ankles are on incredibly stiff ball joints. At least I think they're ball joints. But bottom line, they're really tight, so be careful not to snap them off. The one time you don't want to see this guy in bits. So, should you get this figure? Hell yeah, you should start watching, go on eBay or whichever online retailers still have this, and buy! My point is, if you're into Beast Wars, then it's a no-brainer. But even taking my bias out of the picture, it's still well designed for what they had to work with. And wouldn't you know, this is the mold they used for this year's BotCon troop building set. But will we see the likes of Buzzsaw or even Dirgegun in the near future? Well, we got Packrat out of Rat Trap, so here's hoping.